like an attitude first, right? That's earn respect by how we block in independence. You know, I know we played Rocky River, and I can tell those kids were so well coached at line. It was like unbelievable. Like they were just tough. They were their stances. They were relentless. You know, Asher was freaking out because they just couldn't get off the blocks. You know, it was just they were tough. So I remember driving home thinking, man, those Rocky River kids they're tough and they're well coached. And when our game was done, I was watching you guys warm up. Man, their pregame warm up was so good. I mean, they had two teams were in the exact same drills. They had these blocking stations. And it was just like so impressive how they coach blocking. I was like, oh, we got to get better at that next year. So, and I think you got to find a way to get kids excited about blocking. I know like in Coach Adams, it's hard, right? Small school, you never know if you got to like move to a tackle. You're a tight end. You had kids who are tight ends. You had to play tackle because someone got hurt. So, like to help them out with that. So, again, using the USA football stuff. I mean, it's already there. Might as well use that same kind of model. There's also a great. I've been looking at tons of YouTube videos to get something. There's one YouTube video that has all the USA football blocking just condensed all together, and I have to go through the online module. So that was really good. So there's, first of all, the stance. There's 5 steps. Let's do it together. You stomp your feet. Especially for the younger kids, just kind of helps make sure your feet are in the right spot. Just kind of naturally get there. Number 2 is just slide 1 foot back to the instep. Doesn't matter which one, whatever's more comfortable with. Right? So just have them slide back. 3rd step is squeeze. Kind of squeeze your shoulders back and down a little bit, right? And we're gonna sink. Right, you're gonna keep going. You want forearm for blocking. It's just kind of forearms here. All right, balls of the feet, we're ready to go forward. All right, so making sure we're coaching that. When we do our station, we'll like make sure we're going through that kind of thing. One thing we're gonna add too, the end of our warm-up, we're gonna do stance and starts for like 3 or 4 minutes. So right now we're gonna do lineman stances. Our whole team, we'll have like rows of 7, 8 kids. We'll go through it. We're not gonna start till every kid has a perfect stance and really like coaching that hard. Good stances, or maybe the next one, the receivers or running back stance. But practicing stances and getting off the ball, just a 5-yard sprint is something I want to add to warm up. The next part is the fundamentals. So we have like the get off, which is his first 2 steps, right? Little steps, right? So I was watching. You ever see Friday Night Tykes? A show that's like a documentary of like youth football, like Pennsylvania hardcore. And like watching their blocking, it was so bad. It was unbelievable. They're like lunging and taking these big steps. So if you want little steps, all right, that first step is what we call position step, right? And then it's just 1, 2 little steps, quick, get off the ball, all right? Posture's up. I got more details later on. I think you want 4 to 6 inch steps. All right, little kids, I'm thinking more 4 inches. You get the high school, it's more like 6, right? You want 6 inch steps, so I think probably 4 inches for us. And sometimes what they'll do for a drill, they'll have a little towel, and it's just having a target. So it might get little like cloths or something like that when you practice this, just to have that visual of where to go. So quick 2 steps, and then we have the strike, right? Gary, you want to hold pad? So again, Al had us have this memorized. Let's go this way. So boom, their stance, right? You can kind of bird dog it, it's 1 step at a time, right? And then when you strike, right, thumbs up. If I'm doing it wrong, let me know.
Yeah, you're good.
Elbows in.
Elbows in, thumbs up.
Right, and you want whoever gets their hands here first wins.
Right, inside.
So quick hands inside. All right, so that's the strike. Tight elbows. And one thing I think that's key, if our kids get one thing out of blocking, it's my eyebrows are below his chin strap. If we can stay low and not get high, if they get one thing, I'd be happy if they just get that stand low component. Then we have stick. All right, so we're here. All right, we make contact. What we want to do is get our hips into it, right? We want to take this. We don't want to be like this. This is old school, right? Boom. We want to kind of get posture, right? We're not leaning into it. So stick is you roll your hips through. So keep vertical posture.
Keep your arms leveraged in here. Just like if you were carrying something heavy, like 2 gallons of milk, you wouldn't carry them like this. You carry them in here because you're strong. So you don't ever want to be extended. This is bad.
And they can
this is when you
swat
lose.
you and stuff.
Balance is off, yeah.
Yeah. So we're here. Exactly. We're staying. We're not gonna like.
So your feet have to keep going to keep you there.
Yes. So drive your feet. You want to drive our feet.
Keep taking those 4 to 6 inch steps.
You keep going. So hips close the distance, pull into it. And another one I liked is hands above your eyes, right? So your hands, right? I stick, my hands are up here. I want to be looking up at my thumbs versus this.
That's where you get to. You get to that
Yeah,
position.
yeah. As we finish, and then we have the finish component. The coach just said we're going to keep driving. We're not going to do this. Right? We're going to move. We're going to run our feet. So it's just 6 inch steps, 4 to 6 inch steps. Drive, 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 drive. Run your feet. Run your feet. I like run your feet. Is there any other cues that are?
Pound your feet. Like we'll say pound. It's like inside part of your feet. Like it's like this. Good lineman block like that. But then they go vertical too. So like that finish is your vertical part of the block. So Garrett.
Yeah,
So if the running back, if I know the running back's coming off my right hip, the worst thing that you can do is do this. So the way that I beat that is I just go vertical. So once I get in the block, I just do that. So I didn't push him that way. I just went that way, and he stays on that side of my body. So that's how you march it vertical.
Question about hand placement. It looks like we're. So they used to teach right going in under the shoulder pads.
Yeah,
the
it's all
chest.
hands now.
So if the lineman turns, I mean, so you're just hands out, so no risk of pulling for like a holding or whatnot.
You see now in NFL, they hold. I mean, they're
Well-
always hold. They always have the like.
But
right-
so you're going more like armpits than sternum.
More like underneath is like right here.
Under the shoulder
Like
pads
get
and
this,
stuff?
like if you get the
So
shoulder pads. We
so-
teach our wide receivers. If you can get their shoulder pads and get your hands in there,
Yeah.
you're done. They're never gonna call that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then you have complete control over that person.
as long as your
Gotcha.
hands don't get.
You like hogging around, you're
Yeah.
tight. And we want to drive them up, right? We want to like when we're running strike, we want to like go up like this, right? You want to kind of
Because that's where you see how you just got your hips in.
yeah,
Look like a clean. Like a,
yeah,
like a
right,
shirt.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that general athletic movement, just getting your hips into it
Yeah.
versus just
Yeah. Well, then you have no balance, no control.
right. So I mean, would you love for kids to get good at that? Like
Yeah.
like 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th grade.
It'd be
So-
great. It's really hard to teach a kid backward from that, like when they're the other way.
Yes, yes. So I think if you get great at that, having all that memorized. Again, you also said like they're in the inside part of the foot, so we'll do some more duck walking in our practices to reinforce that. And our coach was like, just do duck walking, get some duck walking going. Drills now. So like you mentioned, on your knees. So let's do a couple drills. Throw some at you. This guy. So we're getting 10 of these guys. It's really versatile. So one is just a quick hands drill, right? And learn how to get your hips into it, but just quick hands. In tight, thumbs up, just to learn that quickness part. Take this down. There's some partner ones you can do. Let's fix this way so you can see a little better. So this is starting close and working our way back right underneath it. So I'm gonna win, right? He's just gonna be my guy. So let's get the hips into it, right? We're not extending all the way or practicing that, just finishing here, a fit and finish. Another one we can do is, you're gonna have your hands on me first. All right, so if he beat me, I gotta get his hands off. So doesn't matter what you do, inside, outside, one at a time, just have fun with it. All right, I do 3 or 4, then he goes. And then we got it.
Bar fight. This is a bar fight or
This
what?
will be effective later on in life too. It'll carry on. All right, and then you can do, one-on-one. All right, and so go.
Go.
So we just
You knew it. Come on.
try it again. There you go. So just having some fun with it. You can just teach some of those skills, right? Like,
5 yards, Gary. We'll start.
and I know Coach Cirillo, like this is like he wants us to do this. Like they do a drill. I think it's got these Buckeyes, but like their face mask to face mask or something. That's just like the first guy in the So
That's what we build up to, like that.
yeah.
We could get to a point where like that's how we started defensive practice, like after warm up. It literally is.
I think they do this like as warm up. This is like
Screws you right in
Yeah.
here, and it's just on the whistle.
and it can be like you do it 1 minute a day. You can just sneak it in for a minute.
Yeah.
So I think that's what they do. It's like that. I think called money time.
Okay.
Something like that. You remember that? So again, that's something we could do with less variables and not get my feet yet.
There's really no contact. Like there is contact, but it's not head contact because they're already connected.
It's like hand skills.
That is physical. they're punching each other in the chest, really.
This is gonna be good. So this is gonna be like 1 or 2 minutes, right? Again, blue team. We have 2 other coaches. We each have liners doing this. So we can probably have all the kids in a line, right? Pat, let's come out here. Hold this. So I think drill number 2. We're just like a bird dog drill. Just going through one step at a time. Jeff, come out here. So Jeff, you're in offense, you're in defense. Right, so just going through. Stop your feet. Squeeze. Whoa. So stance first. Right? Stomp your feet. Just squeeze. Shoulders back. Good. Sink. I need your forearm on your mid thigh. So keep sinking until you're here. I know it's harder when you get to 40. From 43 tomorrow, so it's going to be harder tomorrow. All right, so make sure we get quality control. All right, we're just going to do get off. 2 quick steps. Go. Good. Yep. Stayed low. Keep your eyes. Not yet. Yeah. Heads up. Right. So let's do it again. We do 2 quick steps. We're going to stay low. Your eyebrows below his chin. You're not going to make contact yet. Go. Good. Okay. Good. Now, also in that get off part, we're going to coil up. Right? Coiling up at the same. Now add the coil up. Go. Be a statue. Good. Coil back a little more. Stay there. Do it again. All right. Now coil. Bring your elbows back. So now we're coiled up.
Hands to the hips.
Right, like holsters.
Yep.
Right, we've got to don't move on. So like
Old school terminology for that is pull the rug, shoot the guns. That's from like the 80s.
I like
Pull the
80s
rug,
stuff. I'm all for 80s stuff anytime. All right. So let's see that again. Get off. Go. Now, good. Now we're coiled up. Now we're going to step and strike. And then we're going to pause. Ready? Go. Good. That's it. We're step and strike. Right. Stand low. We're good.
Doesn't matter about the hand.
Thumbs up. Elbows in tight. Thumbs up. Now go ahead and do that again. You're going to be a statue. Go. Now, run your feet. Go. Run your feet. Stop. So that would be like a drill we would do. Over and over and over again. And then we can add angles. We can add, let's see, different type of blocks. Where you can have them on an outside shade. Right. Do the second round and step and get in front. What do you think about blocking like a half a man? Should we block like a shoulder, or do you drive block?
Well, aren't they not allowed to line up?
Avon, I think there were 2 techniques, and then
Oh, they were allowed.
yeah.
So the biggest problem we have, but you're not gonna have it, but on the varsity, is getting your face crossed. So like if he's here, I can
Right,
never
right.
ever allow him to do that.
Yeah.
So we always take a step to cut off. So I'm taking my first 6 step and my opposite. So if you're my technique, I'm going here to your crotch. So those are my first 2 steps. So it's, as you did that, so I didn't even cover ground with that. Got here, there, and that's really hard to teach.
Now, Mike, do we save that for later? Like, there's some stuff I think you save, but if you get some of this other stuff.
So then I would just go right at it.
Yeah, I just think let's keep it simple,
Yeah.
and you can get
Go
into
right at
switch
it, aim for
footsteps
center
first.
mass.
Yeah.
Teach these kids center mass. Just teach this.
Yeah.
Just
Right.
get-
We can't. We're not gonna have the whole thing. So like, if you have 100% of what he wants,
Yeah.
like if we get 60 to 70% now, it's probably pretty good. We gotta be okay with like, let's
Teach
pick
them
and
how to punch.
choose
Teach them how to do this. If you
Yeah.
keep their hands doing this,
and stay low.
yeah, stay
Move
low.
your feet, small steps.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need the whole thing. Right? I'd be happy with some of that stuff. So we could also do some down blocks. So double teams would be the same thing where you just position steps. So if we're gonna do like a down block, if I'm the center, he's a guard, we'll do some double teams. So we'll do some here. Head goes on a field side, right? So we're gonna be here. If we do some kind of down block, which we'll do. Your position step is just gonna go right at the guy, closest foot. So we could do a down block version of that. Inside block. Another one we can do. Yeah. Get over that. Go through the same sequence and just, run your feet through. Small choppy steps over that. I'd love to get some boards. They want to buy some boards with ham or something. So that's another drill we could do to add to that. So this would be like drill number 2 for blocking, and just adding different variations. Cool. Could also add, right, the snapping component, right, and climbing up to it, right, little steps, and then add all that stuff. So whether it's a running back out of the backfield or a stop block, you just add, I call it climbing. So you just add like some kind of clutch. Start at the beginning, go for the receiver. We do have the same thing. Let's go through that. Cool. Another one for centers too. If we have a head-up linebacker and the ball's going in the B gap, right? We gotta like beat that guy, right? So another one would be like just with the center, 45-degree angle, and kind of cutting him off. Be like another drill. So I think what I imagine is we have like whoever our centers are is with one coach, and they're doing these drills with the snap and then climbing and that kind of thing. If that makes sense. But you know, he's never gonna. If I go right here, he's gonna beat me to it.
Is there like an eligible man downfield list? So like pass plays, or you know.
Yeah. So
They-
a center
lineman comes
on a
up.
pass play, he can't climb. So blocking, pass blocking. Do we just do the same thing? I don't know if we like.
There's a school of thought that, like, you know, if you're run blocking and you're pass, it's like the aggressive approach to pass blocking instead of the passive approach where you keep. That's a whole nother.
We need to teach other skills.
That's
You know what I
a
mean?
whole
Like,
nother set of skills
I don't know
to
if we
teach
want to get into.
So I
Does that
don't
make
think-
sense?
Yeah. Plus, I don't know that any of us would be that
It
good.
was really hard last year.
That's so like so. Just I think
Tell a
it's.
kid to pass block or run block.
They're not calling linemen downfield.
I'm not gonna call it. So I just think we do the same thing. I don't want to change anything
It
different.
was never called.
Right?
None of the kids were doing it the right way.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So
I say stay with
Yeah,
the,
I don't want to
stay with
add
the punch.
stuff. I
Yeah.
don't want to add stuff. I
We're
think the
talking
only
about
thing is
kick
the center.
stepping and sliding and
Yeah,
full play.
I just don't want to make it. I just think the center just mirrors. Like the center has the these snaps, just in case someone comes late. Like that's.
Don't you want him firing out to the linebacker on run plays?
So pass play would be the only different thing. I think centers on pass
Deep
plays they
or
just like.
I don't even think
The center's got 3 blocks, right? He's got a double team.
Yep. Double.
He's got to
Yep.
climb to the linebacker, or he's just got to wait for something.
Just
to
sitting
show,
there
and help
waiting. Yeah,
out.
you're just waiting.
Just help out, right?
Whoever shows up. It wasn't a lot. Yeah. So that's one reason. That's one reason I want to do the double team instead, because nobody was getting there anyway.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
the linebacker's always the fastest kid.
He's out of there. He's out.
Start down here.
Jack was young too, though. But in some, as they get older, they can do
Well, I
it.
mean,
Yeah. So
Yeah.
maybe the 5th and 6th graders might.
So center play, we'll have under center and some shotgun this year. So under center, right? How's it going? It's been so long. Laces this way. And then snap. What do you guys for under center?
You know, thumb on the laces and it comes
Hey,
over.
no, you didn't.
Thumb on the
no, no,
laces,
no.
right? Like
You can do it like that, or you just go, you stand it right up, right here.
with the you have the twist, right?
Yeah, you do rotate the ball because the quarterback's here.
He wants to get the
The
laces,
ball
right?
rotates. Yeah.
So that's an easy one. I do think that for shotgun, the dead snap is the way to go. I mean, just watching, going up in the stands and watching some of you guys, there's sometimes the ball will be up in the air, maybe defense is collapsing. I think it's easy to teach, and some of it, guys, I'd see stances, and kids would be like this. You know what I mean? So we want them upright. So if you know what a dead snap is, same kind of thing. You can kind of squeeze and then sink. You're here. Your middle finger's on the laces, tip to tip, and it's just straight arm. What you do is you have the kid look back first to the quarterback's hands. He memorizes it, and it's just boom.
I think
Right.
for some of the kids, their hands are so small that knows the football would drag on the ground and it would never get off the ground.
I don't know. It's like he's got to practice. You got to practice.
They have to lift it, yeah. You can't slide it off the ground. We have that. You have to teach us sometimes in high school. Yeah, you have to lift. Guys lifting.
It's lift. So you want the ball to release kind of like the calf level. If you hang on to it too long, just go straight up. Again, if you have the same kids being second quarterbacks, I think should be able to do this. They should have the athletic skills just to. I think we're getting really great at snaps is like huge.
It takes time.
We're gonna have to practice more. All right, so we'll have some drills where we're like having Pat's on the blue team. Maybe he has the centers, right? And we're snapping, and then climbing and double teaming and that kind of stuff. So having that snapping session for those guys didn't practice, we didn't do that shit.
For the direct snap, where you went quarterbacks,
Yeah, just right, thumbs together. I got into that later, but yeah. Open up, soft hands, a little pressure. What do you coach? Like terminology.
So put on the butt.
Maybe there's something. Put on the butt. Yeah, just gotta give them a little ride.
I was wondering who's going to teach these boys to do this. I ain't sticking my hand.
Just, is what it is.
I mean, they're like so you're talking about doing both of those things. You need a period at every practice. Quarterback center change. You have to do it. But then rotating all these different people ends up complicating that.
Well, I think it might be where you decide we're going to be a under center team. So my plan is that rookie tackles more shotgun, third and fourth grades under center, and then it depends on your team. I mean, if you have a great quarterback in fourth grade, then maybe you go to shotgun. So I think you're going to probably pick one of the other. But we have
Under center was hard to defend last year. Kids didn't know where the ball was.
for under center.
Yeah, on defense it was hard.
Yeah, I like some under center stuff for sure. So again, we'll do an our jet sweep turnaround, have the ball and all that stuff. So kind of give you the option to do both. But for I formation, we ran the I formation at the end and we snuck it in and ended up doing it okay. So pre-practice, get there early. All right. Any other questions on blocking, snapping?
We are allowed to double team.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's some rules. I'll have to double check. But
We got it.
See, there were rules against everything.
Yeah, right. Before we get going, that would be my biggest thing
Yeah.
because every single game last year, we'd get rolling and something good would happen. And the Avon coaches would pull out some, well, you're not allowed to do that. It was like,
Yes.
I mentioned that to him today because I watched his video and he's got the quarterback going up the A gap.
Yeah, we got to call that early.
Works every time.
so we just need to.
That was our favorite play.
So the CBC.
Let's couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah. Now the rules did say once you do a handoff, you're fine.
That's not the way they have
So it should be. I will make sure that they know that now we know ahead of time. The CBC, we had a big phone conference and rules and all that stuff. So I was lobbying. If you're in a shotgun, it's like you just do whatever you want. It's the under center sneak. I know that they will
I
football
literally
really
think our first touchdown of the season will come back running the quarterback.
Because what we would do, we would run beast, right? And then you'd get blown up and just cut it in A gap.
There was a time AJ got yelled at. He tried to cut it outside. They went outside and cut it up the middle, and they still. We're like, where is he supposed to be at?
Yeah, we teach them football.
We just need to see the
comeback's there. Yeah.
And then
So-
even defensively, are we? So you no blitzing still? So,
Yeah,
so
it's the same. Yeah.
linebackers can't go inside the tackles.
Not unless the ball snap.
Can linebackers cross the line of scrimmage?
Yeah. If they're in the box, the linebacker in the box can go across the box.
Can D lineman drive the O lineman into the quarterback?
Yeah.
We got
Helping us. Helping us a lot. So.
Do any specific drills for running back, receiver?
Yeah, so we'll do that next with quarterbacks, running backs.
Well, I'm talking
receivers.
about receiver, running back blocking, in space.
Same thing. I think you
Same
just
thing.
add the mirror. You just add the mirror part.
Okay.
You just add the mirror and let your quarterback read it. So we'll do like a mirror drill kind of thing.
So flag and everything, you block all the way downfield, right? There's no.
Yeah. So quarterbacks, again, it's the mindset's leadership and maturity. Take personal responsibility. You want positive, encouraging kids. Should be the most coachable kid on the team. The stances you kind of went over, right? They're under center. They're parallel, right? Chest up. Shotgun. Their heels are at 4 yards. Right? Chest is up. Got their hands ready. I like to have the kids with the parallel stance because we're going to run some midline plays where they got to jump off the ball. They can go right or left. Fundamentals for handoffs, right? Reach, ride, finish, and fake. A lot of kids, young kids, they just put the ball right here. So making sure we're having kids reach, go for it. Coach Adams goes A to Z, hip to hip, teach them to be patient, and so like that Superman player talking about, it's boom, 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 and then in the A gap. I'm a Superman keeper of the reach. Also making sure that when they fake, they're faking. Be selfless. you can take guys away from your running back by having a good fake downfield. Throwing, what I teach, again, for the lowest common denominator, I teach the 5 T's. So toes to target. I mean, you'll see kids just throw when it's, just little guys, or it's all over the place. So just toes to target. I've coached quarterbacks from kindergarten to seniors in high school. So common denominators for youth football. Toes to target, trigger. So our trigger's right here, about fist width away. So this is their trigger. Elbows up a little bit. They're ready to throw. You want to be down here, right? So you're ready to throw. So if I'm going quarterbacks, it's like toes to target, trigger, right? Twist, tear away, right? I want this aggressive, tearing the ball away. You got L's and you want your tip up. All right, so kind of bird dog it with the quarterbacks a little bit, right? And then we're over the top, follow through, right? So those are like why my teaching.
Yeah, because they find the wires. These those are low hangers.
So that's what I'm teaching the kids. That's why Coach Adams has a lot more sophisticated. If they're doing the Saturday sessions, it's a lot more in detail. But might as well come out a little bit and play some more catch. Big thing I want to see is follow through, right? Really having the kids stick that follow through. See, a lot of kids are like their posture's down here, right? They're on their back foot. So I always want to have kids like your mom's gonna take a picture. Right, thumb comes down. You're almost like they're gonna come forward, right? You got balance, but I want to feel that weight, like someone's pushing you forward. So if you can get a nice follow through, you'll be pretty good. All right, so those are the 5 T's. Some of the drills that I do for these guys. Easy way, hard way. Just have a staggered stance. If you're throwing foots backwards, it's easier to twist. So easy way, hard way. Every time we're throwing in warm up, I tell them, like, have a target. Maybe it's Adam's right shoulder, his right hip, his left hip. Like, change your target a little bit. And when we're warming up, I also want them doing like some easy ones once in a while and some hard ones. Like mix up easy and fast. So we'll warm up for the first couple minutes. Like practice with a purpose.
You stagger the feet both ways?
Yeah. Then we'll go the other way, hard way. Ugh. So if you switch your feet, you got to fight for that opening up a little bit more. So we'll do like the first minute, just do an easy way, hard way. Looking good. And then, what we got here? And we just do our basic, right? We're just doing our basic throw. And what I tell them is like each rep, pick one of those T's. All right, this is one I'm going to work on over the top. Go through your checklist. We'll rotate each one. All right, then we'll come back and do a couple deep ones. So long throws a little bit. This takes about 3 to 4 minutes. Got next. Then we work on our ninja throw. My ninja throw, I'm going to be sideways and turn into double play. Just flipping my feet, get the big follow through. This is a strike. Boom. And this is our now pass. I always go to the left. I'm right-handed, I always do this to the left. It's a lot harder to throw to the right. So left-handed quarterback will run ninja to the right. So we'll do a couple of those, then we'll do a 3-step, 1, 2, 3, step and throw into it. I need to work on that one. And then the last one I do for partners is what I call yo-yo. You're gonna turn and run. You're on the trigger, and then throwing on a run. Making sure I'm running to my target. I still got toes to target. But getting kids, especially younger guys, on sprint out and have to stop their feet. Keep attacking the defense. All right, then from there, my daughter did a good job. Then I'll work on sprint out usually. You kind of set some cones up. I'll have kids in line, like lined up where the flag is, right? And then you can work on the snap. Have the next quarterback up. You can practice a snap. You want to get around. And we'll just throw sprint outs. We'll throw flag routes. If you have an extra guy, if you have multiple quarterback coaches, one of the coaches is going to stand out there either for a flag or for a bubble. Because it's set cones up. Biggest thing on sprint out is they're getting that first big step, right? You're going backwards. I'm going to get around that block, and we're going to double team on the edge, right? So we should be able to do that. And the last one, let's go with our 3-step drop. We have coaches or players lined up, either as a flag, a whip. Let's have them stationary and have them go through all the different throws. That should be enough time. Also, an individual, we might have time, we'll come down and mesh with the running backs. We'll throw with the receivers for a couple minutes. But these drills take me about eight minutes or so to get through. Just the basics and over and over again. So that's quarterbacks. All right, almost done. Questions and quarterbacks.
Will you rotate quarterbacks out like a couple a game or?
Yeah, try to have 2 to 3. Try to have at least 2. Yeah, maybe a third one. Like, you want some third graders who like get some experience. So yeah, I like to have. Like, I have 3, but two for sure that are it. And then once in a while, you sneak a kid in there. If you got a kid who can do it, like throw them in there once in a while. Handoffs. Mindset. Call Superman, Iron Man. We want to be fast. We want to be tough. Same thing with the stance, right? Do the same stuff, right? Squeeze the shoulders back. Handoffs, again, all the basic stuff. You know, take pocket, mesh, finish your handoff. Make sure they're faking really, really well. One thing on fakes, being an old wing T guy, right? A lot of fakes. If you're faking, if you look at somebody, it's like this weird subconscious thing. Like, they will follow you. Honestly, a lot of wing T teams, they'll teach kids that when they're coming through, they'll like snap eyes and try to get someone's eyeballs. So again, a little thing that makes a difference.
I never heard of that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That probably does work.
It's
Actually,
crazy. It's just like a innate like thing. So just try to get someone's eyeballs. Try to get them to go. So again, really when you get fake, get small, hold the ball, maybe make a juke, like have fun faking, right? Like I would love. I think I was telling the kids in the winter, like if you get tackled on a fake, I will buy you a milkshake. I'll go to your house and I'll get you a milkshake. I would be so pumped. Again, that goes with our theme of being selfless. Just some basic drills. Chris. So obviously if we had like 4 or 5 of these, let's go here, buddy. Just some basic high knee stuff. One, I like their high school coach. Let's face this way. Give me your pocket. Give me your stance. So when I put the ball in, you're gonna make your pocket. You're gonna chop your feet. Now let go, now let go. You're gonna stay there. You're just gonna keep doing it until I say go. So ready? Okay, go. Go. So just working. I need the clean.
There goes the hamstring.
You saw on the waiver, right? So that's like it's really simple. Just get lots of reps. Another thing you could have too is pool noodles. You could have extra coaches or kids like take pool noodles. So they gotta like lift up their feet, right? And they could also add, you know, at the end of it, a coach with the bag where they read it, right? So, Pat, come on out. Defense. Again, this simple stuff doesn't have to be complicated, right? Another one I like is just, you know, handoff. Get the handoff, and then you're going to read the coach. If he steps that way, it's going to make a cut. I'm going to square up and burst. We have a cone 5 yards apart. Having kids read it, tell where the grass is. Just find the grass. Make one cut, and then get north and south. And then make the cut. Make sure, right? They're getting low, shoulders are down, and they're bursting. Just stuff like that where they're reading. Well, this one I like. 4-yard blast. If you have, Chris, come on here. 2 bags, 2 coaches, handoff, and just guys together. You're gonna make like a V. Where you're just dropping your shoulders and going through it, right? So you're gonna sprint like you're shot out of a cannonball, right? You're gonna lean into it, chop your feet, high knees, lean, stay low. So that's called the 4-yard. What do I call that? 4-yard blast. All right, maybe a spin move, burst out of it. Walk fast feet, quick feet off the ground. And then you could do stuff with sweeps. We have cones set up. Also on our sweep plays, after you get the handoff, we want to get depth and bubble out. So just having running the hump. They've got all these cones set up. You know, just having them go, bubble, and follow the cones. We want our sweeps. We want to get them going to the sideline. That's plan A. Speed and space, get to the sideline every time. All right? Unless someone crosses your face. You could have a coach out there, right, and he's reading on the sweep, right? If I can get around him, I keep going. If he crosses my face, I plant and just go north and south. That's like a simple sweep drill. Cool? And then also running some pass routes. So individual time, you can work on some down blocks. You've got some pass routes. That are running backs. So running backs are going to be more like hybrid receiver running backs. So they're learning a whole bunch of skills. All right. Pushes on running back. You guys did a great job. Amazing. All right, receivers is my jam. I coached high school receivers for years. So this is the one I'm most comfortable with. So this is my model. Mindset. When I coach high school receivers, I told them when you come up in your stance, every time you say make something amazing happen. Like, get your mindset every play. Like you're a receiver, like that's why you play the game. You have the opportunity to make amazing big plays. Our receivers are going to get reverses and throw the ball deep to those guys, right, for the most part. We want to throw the ball to the sideline or the end zone, right? Easy, high percentage pass plays. Again, with some flex formations, they got lots of room to run. All right. All right, so this is what I teach. Stance-wise, you know what a receiver stance is. I don't care which foot is up. I could care less. We're not counting steps or anything. Whatever's more comfortable. We're going to tell them to put the right foot up. They're going to do the other one anyway, so I don't care. So once you both feet forward, I call it Z's in the knees. Make sure their knees are bent, and they're looking at the quarterback. We have so many kids like jump off sides because they're just like, make sure you're looking in. That's it. Just look like an athlete. There's definitely more in it. W's. So I teach making W's. I learned this, I remember my first third grade practice at Westlake. I remember, Mike, stay out here. So we make W's. All right, W for Westlake, W for winning. And it's easy. Thumbs are together, having the thumbs together, right? Fingers are relaxed, fingers are spread out. And no matter what you're making, I think it's easy if you just make a W. No matter what, you're always going to your W. So we have W's. And then big eyes. When I tell kids, catch the ball with your eyes first. Eyes and hands. Don't catch it with your body. Tracking the ball all the way with your eyes. And then you just move your W's. Show me your W's. Wherever the ball goes, right? Like Sandlot. The ball moves with your glove, kid. Right? Just making sure they're just moving their W's and making a new one. The other thing that is really effective, but kids hate, I want kids to finish their catch. We did it in the winter. Words are blank. All right, so come here, make your W's, or just our basic drill. All right, we're athletic. All right, we're gonna catch it. You're gonna freeze, thumbs together. So start with this. Don't let it hit your body. So just freeze. That's like the first drill. Have him freeze. All right. Then when I say tuck, he's gonna say words are blank. All right. So half the ball has words on it. The other side's blank. So when I am in the process of tucking, right, I'm finishing my catch, I will say what? How do I say it?
Word.
I say it loud. Blank. I want kids like blank. Like I gotta hear you. I want kids in a game catching a pass. I want to hear them say words are blank. Milkshake. All right. So let's do a couple of words are blank. Tuck it in. Thumbs together. Blank. Good. Now it's free. Don't do the freeze part. Once you freeze, don't tuck until I say it. Tuck. Blank. Yes, there we go. So just getting kids to do that, it's so frustrating. Kids just don't finish their catch. All right, and that's the discipline part of it. All right, and then you add where they just turn, and I want them to score every time. All right, so if we're doing this drill, I'm going to have another cone behind Mike. He's going to catch the ball. Afterwards, in blank, he's going to get small, spin around, and score. We're going to score every time. Ready? No freeze this time. It's all in one motion, right? So
You want me to run?
They're going to catch it.
You want me to catch it and then?
Get small, turn and score. Go, Mike. So you can do it to freeze or do it just regular. But I want them like I score every time I get the ball. So obviously you can have them spin around. My favorite one is the pull drill. All right, so we got those goal posts. And this thing's a money maker. Just having the kids. I don't throw the ball to me. We got those goal posts down there. It's just, and that develops confidence, right? This is a little bit bigger than the other one, but it's going to force them to catch a ball with their hands. Right? coach does bad for as push-ups. So that's awesome. That's my favorite. That whole drill is. I just coach high school football. It's 5 minutes a day. Whole drill. What's that?
Jugs machine.
I mean, maybe we gotta get some gold cars going. Maybe a couple years. I would love that. You guys see the video of Tom Brady in the jugs machine?
Yeah.
He's like, bro, it was crazy. Like multiple times. Perfect. That was insane. Wide receivers. What else do we got? The other drill, after I do stationary catching. Again, if we have 3 receiver coaches, it's gonna be awesome. Again, running backs coach, you could add these a little bit in there too, right? But then I get kids in a line. Chris, Pat, Gary, come up here. Just the basic stuff. Just have the kids go inside shoulder. Go. Right, inside. What? Yes. Get fired up. Get excited. All right, everybody's go outside shoulder. Go. All right, get that nose on the ball. There it is. And you know, challenge the kids. You know what I mean? Like, let's do a really bad outside shoulder. Go. We got a drill. Oh. Watch out for the. And then I tell kids sometimes, okay, I'm going to do a short one, right? So if it's a short one, you're going to come back, high point. Turn your belly button back to me. All right, ready? I'm going to throw it short. You're going to come back, W, belly button back to me. Set, go. Short, belly button back to me, go get it. Work. That's also like stationary ones that I'll do, and I'll just do, you know, straight across the middle.
Blank.
I was a cornerback.
Try not to.
But kids will not want to do it, but it will make them better. It will make them so much better. All right? And then just running routes. You know, I really think at this level, like, flag routes are it. It's man-to-man. Flag routes are great to man-to-man. Have kids flex, you got a lot of room to run. Making sure you have, like, I think the primary thing is it can run a clean flag route. Especially the 3rd graders, it's a little messy. You know what I mean? It could be a little rounded out, so having some cones and just running the routes for the next part.
We started doing some stop and goes on the Beast Pass. Just because it felt like it was easier to get a kid open on that.
Okay.
Than just having him run by because the safety's out there, the corner's 10 yards deep. That was the only way we were able to get someone behind him.
All right, and we never have a problem with Beast Pass. I could run it out maybe, or a stop route. We could do like Beast Pass stop, or if they got really deep corners, like you don't have to run a flag, so we could have some kind of system. So I'm not against just out or stop. I found the flags have been pretty good, especially. We also have the Ninja Pass. So we're X's. Here, let's go to X. So if we have a deep corner and we want to run Ninja, right? So let's just, right? He's just gonna flip us and show his W's, right? Just we call it a now pass. We're gonna run it out of river and lake this year. What we're gonna have is we're gonna have a slot. He's gonna come try to chip the corner to get a piece of him. And again, this to me is an attitude play. This is one-on-one, simple pass. I'm gonna throw a strike and just let an athlete get after. If they're deep, I mean, I'll be running Ninja, all right? Then we have Ninja Go. This is my favorite one, which is just pump fake and then go. So Ninja Go is a good one. Nasty Ninja. Anybody remember Nasty Ninja from the playbook on YouTube? So the slot, he's going to run the Ninja. Right? He's going to come like he's going to block and he's just going to wheel. Just like a throw route to the inside guy, right? Corner comes up, right? Free safeties aren't too disciplined yet. They're probably going to fly up. So we call it Nasty Ninja. And then flag route, 6 to 8 yards. And then we have a route called a whip in. So if Gary is a front river, let's say Gary's the right slot, I'm the right X. So one of our base plays, he's going to run a flag. My whip in, I'm going to go 45 yards, spin in, and I'm going to go inside here. That's your hold the corner, right? Man to man, one of the best routes. That's going to hold the corner. He runs a flag. He's one-on-one. All right. If we do throw it inside, like we got room between him and all that. So those like are just a couple, kind of like 3 or 4 basic routes. Cool. 8:13, not bad. I'm done. Any questions?